how to stack 3 to 5 zero out-of-pocket strategies to buy a multi-million-dollar business. This is the ultimate acquisition playbook for automotive business owners. So, buying a business that costs millions of dollars with zero money out of your pocket might sound impossible, but not only is it possible, it's being done every day, and not by gurus or corporate raiders, but by smart, everyday business owners just like you. And this isn't about using a clever trick to get lucky. It's about stacking multiple smart strategies to structure deals that not only work, but leave you in control. In this video, I'll show you exactly how dealerships, fleet operators, rental companies, and auto parts wholesalers are pulling off these kinds of deals. And I'll break down real-world examples using 3 to 5 zero out-of-pocket strategies per acquisition. All right, so let's say you own a dealership and want to acquire a local detailing shop that does 1.2 million in revenue. Here's how to use a 4-strategy stack to acquire this detailing shop for $0 out of pocket. First, let's use full carry seller financing, where the seller agrees to finance 70% of the deal and get paid monthly over 5 years. Second, let's use an earnout agreement, where the remaining 30% is tied to performance and it's only paid out of profits if the shop hits growth goals under your management. Third, pre-sale inventory flip, also known as asset arbitrage. You pre-sell $50,000 worth of detailing products or tools that the shop isn't actively using and use that to cover closing costs or working capital. And fourth strategy is vendor partnership, where you get a local product supplier to invest $25,000 into the business in exchange for a long-term supply contract. So, we not only overfunded this deal, but you also now own a detailing business that feeds your dealership, increase customer stickiness, and adds a new profit stream, and all without you ever going into your bank account. Now, for our second example, imagine you're running a fleet services company and want to acquire a mechanic shop valued at $2 million. Here's a 4-part stack to close this deal. First, seller financing, where 60% of the purchase is financed by the current owner over 60 months. Second, equipment refinance. You refinance some of your own trucks to unlock $150,000 for transition cost. Third, leaseback real estate, otherwise known as asset arbitrage, where in this case, the mechanic shop owns its building. So you sell the building to an investor and then lease it back, freeing up $400,000 in instant capital. Number 4, inventory line of credit. You borrow against their stocked parts and fluids to secure $100,000 in flexible credit. With those 4 moves, you've just acquired the shop, kept the team, secured the location, and didn't have to spend a single dollar out of your pocket. Now, for our third example, say you run a rental company and want to buy out a local competitor with airport contracts and 50 vehicles on site. Here's how to use a 3-strategy stack to seal the deal. First, partner-funded acquisition. A strategic investor puts up the cash in exchange for 40% equity. You run operations, they get paid a return. Second, vehicle sale and leaseback. You sell 25 of the older vehicles to a leasing company and then lease them back. This unlocks $300,000 in instant liquidity. Third, to give you and your investor a little security, you structure the final 30% of the deal as revenue-based earnout, meaning the seller only gets that portion if the business maintains its current top-line revenue over the next 12 months. The result of your deal stack, You expand your footprint, gain airport contracts, and double your fleet, all without using your own capital. Our fourth strategy is an auto parts wholesaler who's looking to acquire a niche supplier with exclusive manufacturer relationships. So, to get it done, we're going to stack four strategies to acquire this supplier business for $0 out of pocket. So, first, let's sign a seller consulting agreement where you bring the seller on as a paid consultant post close, reducing the purchase price in exchange for this ongoing role. Second, contract monetization. Use the supplier's recurring purchase orders or exclusive contracts to secure upfront funding. Third, asset carve out. You exclude the outperforming division of their business, lowering the purchase price by $200,000. Fourth, receivables financing. Borrow against their AR to secure $100,000 in operational cash. You now own a lean, high margin supplier with valuable relationships, and the deal funded itself because these strategies aren't just ideas, they're real and they work. Each deal is different, but every single one of them used a stack of strategies to close without personal cash and without loans from the bank. Plus, I know of over 200 more ways to do deals just like these and without spending a single dollar out of pocket. So if you're still skeptical, I get it. This isn't for everyone. But if you're someone who's serious about growing and finally building the business empire you've been working for, click the Calendly link in the description and let's talk about your zero out of pocket acquisition. Even better, let's build your own custom deal stack. See you on the inside.